Welcome to the January 5th swing trade watch list with the bull and bear breaks on the daily and weekly charts for today. These are our new stocks added today for bullish breaks on the weeks and daily charts and weekly charts. Here's your daily D bull break. These all broke out today. This is a new format we started yesterday. You'll get an opening screen like this with everything that appeared today on the bear and the bull. They'll only be on the list one day. So tomorrow, these won't be there anymore. They broke today. They may still be going up or down, but they'll no longer be on the list. So you can take any video, grab the first couple of minutes of the video going forward on the swing trade list, and you'll have this watch list right here that you can look at. This is of course, the symbol, today's volume, today's net change, and this was my bull zone trigger price. And this is where the stock ended up for the day in reference to here. The stock was up 34 cents, but it's only 11 cents up above my bull zone break. So just break it out. Aetna today, $1.49 net change for the day. Bull zone trigger price was 182.69, so it's up 60 cents after that alert into the day, so forth and so on. EXP $1.28 for the day, 82 cents after the alert. Same thing here, $1.88 up, $1.40 after the alert. Here's one that went off early this morning, up 308 for the day, 274 after the alert. So early this morning at 1:34:39, this daily bull zone alert came out, and that was the price it came out at. So we're going to every night show you this. For those of you that didn't get yesterday's video, give you a chance to see the exact list. You can look at it on your charts. You can take a screenshot of it and save it to reference 2 days from now, or you can just come back and open the video again. After this, each day there'll be a 3-minute tutorial about my stocks, the lines on the charts, and what they mean for new people that are watching first time. A little 3-minute tutorial just explaining how my stocks move in and out of the lines and what the lines represent. And then over on YouTube this weekend there'll be a video. It's probably going to try to keep it around 15 minutes long, that goes into more details on the line so you can get the most out of the video every night to explain how the lines work and what my expectations are when a stock gets to the lines and where it came from before it got there, how it impacts it. That'll be available to watch at any time outside the watch list video that we're watching now. So we're going to move on to that 3 minutes, and then we'll come back in and start looking at the charts. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average, this orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel while you're here. Follow us on Twitter and follow us on StockTwits. Alright, back to our list. Every day, and I'm not going to spend much time talking today. I'm giving you the format we're doing in case this is your first time. I'm going to do this for the next few days. You're going to come in, we're going to start with the weeklies, and then we're going to move to the dailies and go through the charts. So the first thing we're going to do is get started with our weekly alerts. We got nothing on the bears and on the weekly breakouts. And if you're going to swing trade, weekly charts is really how you want to make your entry decisions. The daily breakouts can also be lining up with some weekly stuff, can give you a multi-day run that could turn into a multi-bigger run. But a real swing trade decision for a longer term, if you're trying to go 6-8 weeks, you want to make that on a weekly chart. We do caution people holding stocks into earnings. You know how they like to sell after earnings when they beat them, and after earnings when they don't beat them. They still like to sell many times. And we are not financial advisors. I read charts and I trade off those charts. A lot of active traders like to take the daily bull breaks and bear breaks and get in a 2 or 3 day short-term swing trade or even some option trades. Here we go, getting started with the weeklies. What the setup is going to be every day. You're on a weekly chart. I'm going to pull up this list. You have a chance to see that stock on my weekly chart so that you can reference these lines and you can figure out for yourself where you're at. It has a little green line for the bull zone breakout, red line for the bear zone breakout. So this stock, AAP, at 106.61 was the breakout, and I think that was actually a couple of days ago, that went into the bull zone on a weekly chart. And this is where it stands since the breakout. $4.39 up so far today. It was up $3.95 today. So it actually, this may be for the week. I'm I'm not sure. Let me look at that. I don't believe it's up 395 today. Yeah, it was big day today. So it broke out the first day and actually had an inside day the next day and sat there. So it broke out Tuesday, sat there Wednesday, and then went further today. So a total of 439 up. Took it a day to get going. And I'm going to go through these on about 10-second time frames. You can pause these videos at any point, sit there and look at the lines, figure out where they're at on your charts, and make note. The lines, you've already been explained what's on here in the 3-minute tutorial. So that's AAP, and every night I'm just going to sit here and toggle these down for you. You'll be highlighted, the line that we're on, so you can keep focused. And we're going to just roll them down, and I'm going to have very little to say. I'm just trying to roll these through every 10 seconds so I can put this video out, have you a video about 15 to 20 minutes long, and get it out for you early so you got plenty of time to look at it. This is a weekly chart, and I drew a trend line on this a while back. Since it's on here, I'm going to explain it. It broke through there at the early part of this week, and this was when it hit the bull zone at the level that you can see there. And this, keep in mind, this is the 50-week moving average we just traded into. This stock just broke through this support resistance line. That's why we like you to see what's going on the charts. You know this line, if it's on my chart, was an old high or an old low, and it represents resistance if you're coming in from the bottom side, no matter what the color, be pink or green. And you can see here 4 weeks ago it went right to that line and rejected. So now we got more momentum, and we're trying to break it out again. This is a good example of entering a swing trade on a weekly chart. This came into my bull zone right here on this week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks later. We're still progressing up. It's been about a $6 move, and that's about 20% on a $30 stock. You can see on this one, it actually broke out through the bull zone first day of the week, and it's progressed itself now. Today it was up $2.10 more. Now it's up $6.82 since this alert went off on Tuesday morning. This stock hit the 50-week today and pulled back. Still up 373 from the break even after the pullback. Texas Roadhouse came in on Tuesday morning, and now it continues to go up. It's up $3.46 since the alert at 53.42. So on the weekly list here, it's any stock that crossed the weekly bull zone this week. They'll stay on the list all week, but on the dailies, they're only there for one day. That's all of our weeklies. We'll move on to the dailies. Starting out with our bears. This stock actually, this is what we're alerting. This is my yes and no hits my scanners. So if they're green at the bottom down here, hit the scanner on the bull zone break. As you're looking back in the history on some of these charts. This one hit 2 days ago, and I went back and looked, and it hit right about here, 101.92 area. Had the inside bar, it didn't continue down the second day, so it actually fell out of my bear zone enough to re-trigger today. Otherwise, if it hadn't fell out of it, it would still not be on the list today, and we would still be really referencing the profit from up in the 101.92. But it re-triggered today at 101.52, so it's 72 cent profit from this trigger today, but it's actually another about 40 cents from the original trigger on Tuesday. Now here's one as a great example that triggered at 89.86. Way back up here earlier today, ended up another $1.15 down from the trigger price. And the one below it was down 5.83 today. It triggered at 55.33, which really wouldn't help you any as far as getting an early jump on it, because it triggered just because of the gap down. Just make reference here. This is something I teach a lot. Stocks running up, pull back, support resistance. That was another old high back in the history. Bounce right off of it for a 2 or 3 day move. And I teach this a lot too. My stocks pulling back, going back, revisiting up or pivoting and giving way. Target 1's been reached today on this big sell-off. And we're at the 50-day. That's the main thing I want you to notice. This takes on out the 50-day tomorrow and doesn't come right back with a very quick bounce. Then you're headed right on down to target 2 in the 200-day. And this is a stock I'll add to my list for tomorrow. So as we review these, I may pick up something that I'm going to hand select and put over on my watch list for tomorrow on day trading. but I pretty much stick to my primary list of stocks. Great example of target 1, revisit, target 1, target 2, revisit, target 1. And the way this should work, when you get this kind of movement, retracing, is just heads on down to here. So for that reason, this will be on my favorites list as well tomorrow for a day trade setup. Now we're on our daily bull breaks, and right now I got you on about a 15-minute video, so this one's going to run out about 25 minutes. Covered a lot of stocks. I'm going to try to even make it less than that most days. Spend a little more time talking and explaining today, but you're pretty much going to be getting the silent roll through the charts. So as you become accustomed to what we're doing, you'll know what to expect. You got your break line here, and there's your reference price right here that line represents, and where you ended up at the end of the day in reference to that. Keep in mind the reason I'm toggling through these charts is so that you get a quick glance at my charts and you can see my resistance lines, support lines, 200-day, 50-day, and my target 1, target 2 if it's something that's falling or coming from the bottom, target 1, target 2 from the bottom. Giving you a chance to see that information. You can pause these videos at any time you want to and study that chart. You can rest assured, like in the case of General Dynamics here, this green line, if you went back on your daily chart, 100% chance that the stock ran up to this exact to the penny place and rejected in the past. Of course, you can tell it's been higher than that because we got more lines above here, but that's what they mean. You don't have to go back and look it up if you don't want to, but you do need to be aware of where that line is. Our subscribers get access to these lines, I tell them how to put them on their charts. They don't have to have them on their daily trading charts, but if they're swing trading, they don't really bother them. They like to know where they're at. And they also, a lot of times, will go ahead and set an alert that they want to know if they're in a stock from down here when this stock gets to here. Keep in mind the goal that I'm trying to accomplish is give you the information of the trigger price, give you a look at the chart, mainly keep it short and get it out quick every day so you'll have a chance to look at this in the evenings instead of having to try to look at it a day or two later. And I'm also working on a new format for momentum stocks during the day for active traders, and they will be more likely to be stronger day trading prospects. A lot of these stocks I show you here, I have no intention of day trading many of them because they're not big range stocks. But for swing trading, you don't care about the range, you just want them to move on up. Nice breakout on this one. Ended up 322 for the day, $1.63 after it triggered the alert intraday down here at 69.22. Caution on this stock is at the 50-day where it pulled back and closed at. That's the entire video. Thanks for watching. I'll have you another one out tomorrow evening. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on StockTwits.